Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Aviaman, wherever you are, come back again with me, Captain Hans. Today we have a special guest. He is an English teacher for youth program, something like that. And he comes to my house and he wants to talk about aviation knowledge, aviation environment, or something like that. So whatever the question, he has already arrived here. Okay, we can start it now. Okay, Mr. Fahmi, how are you?
Alhamdulillah, I am fine.
Alhamdulillah, I'm fine too.
Viewers, I'm very happy because when they did interview, I can meet a very experienced captain, yeah. And then this is really an honor for me to talk about aviation with Bapak Hanafi or Captain Hanafi.
But before we proceed, before we start, we would like to introduce. He has also a YouTube name, okay?
Yeah, later. I will announce later, maybe. Yeah.
Okay,
At the end of the program.
but we can write here
Okay.
at the bottom, so everybody can see your YouTube next.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And we can exchange, yeah?
Yes, okay.
Okay, friends, I am Fahmi Sofyan. I'm English teacher. I am a YouTuber also. This is my YouTube channel, FS English Program. FS is Fahmi Sofyan. Maybe you can watch that, kan, yeah? I'm also an author for book program media and so on. I'm a presenter also, yeah? Pak Hanafi, can I start now?
Okay.
Okay, I want to ask the first question. Okay, Baba is very experienced, right? Okay. The first, why did you want to be a pilot, Pak?
To be a pilot is very, very exciting dreaming. The first time I would like to be a pilot because to be a pilot, we can fly everywhere in the world, everywhere in the city. So we can, we know every cities in the world. We know everything such as maybe food, maybe culture, everything in the world.
Okay.
So the job is very, very exciting.
Oh, so you like the job very much, yeah? Even when you were still a young man, you had already had a dream to be a pilot.
Yes.
Oh, great, yeah. Captain, so if someone wants to be a pilot, what is the program that he or she has to take?
First of all, he has to, or they have to pass high school first.
Oh, SMA, yeah?
Yeah, SMA. After high school, he can join, or they can join with flying school. And then
In Curug?
Curug only for
Government?
government.
All right,
Yeah.
okay.
And
Private schools?
And the requirement is very, very high.
Okay.
First, we don't have to wear glasses.
Okay.
Must be 0, must be normal. And then the qualification is very high. But now they have to pay. Before, when I was in Curug, at the time PLP, Pendidikan, Latihan, dan Penerbangan, we didn't pay anything, even 1 cent of rupiah.
So you got the scholarship?
I got the scholarship, but the qualification that I said is very high standard. So
Okay.
many people fail when they try to pass the requirement.
Okay. But now there are, I think, some private flying schools.
Many, before pandemic, we have in Indonesia more than 30 flying schools. More than 30, you can imagine more than 30 flying schools. But now, when pandemic, one by one, down, fail, one by one, disappear.
Okay. Okay, it's interesting, Captain. So, what is the most impressive experience as a pilot? Maybe you have ever gone abroad or
Yeah,
something,
yeah.
and then maybe a kind of war or something. Can you tell us?
Yes. When I was in Afghanistan, it
Wow.
was 2006. I flew from Dubai to Kandahar, Kabul, Bagram. It was in Afghanistan. And at the time, war zone, very, very danger. We just fly from Dubai to that cities and after arrive, we cannot go out from the aircraft, such as go to the city, take a look to the city. No, we cannot do that because it was prohibited, and at the time war zone, nobody can go outside from the airport, only at the airport. And then before we take off or before we land at those cities, the helicopter of United States already scanning, already observe the dangers or the enemy, such as in Afghanistan. So after they observe clear, they talk to the air traffic control, okay, the aircraft can land. Something like that.
Okay. So, is it also valid for other war zone? I mean that there are many countries, they are now still in the war area, yeah? So, if you go, say, I don't want to mention the name of the country, probably there are many, yes, like Syria or maybe Israel or something.
Unfortunately, I had never been in Syria. So I was
like Iraq or something. Maybe the countries
no, I was
war.
only in Afghanistan only. So I didn't know anything about Syria or Iraq.
Okay.
But actually, at that time, I wish I could fly to Iraq, to Baghdad.
Oh, why?
Because they pay
a lot.
A lot.
But it is in a dangerous situation, the dangerous area, Captain.
The most dangerous area, the most money we can get. But
the more dangerous, the more money.
Yes, but our company at the time didn't allow us to fly to that danger area.
It's too risky, probably.
Even though Afghanistan is dangerous area, but as far as we didn't carry army, it's okay. We carry at the time civil personnel only, such as maybe a cook, engineer, electrician, drivers, or something like that. We didn't carry army.
Okay.
That's not allowed.
So at the time, it was in Afghanistan, so it was in the war situation, war zone or something. So you just stopped there, landed there, and after that, you continued again.
Yeah, continue back to Dubai. We brought passengers, civil passengers, from Dubai after they get a leave, so they have to go to work again at Bagram, Kandahar, or Kabul, something like that. And after that, somebody replace him, so they have to go back to their country. So we bring them back home to their countries every day like that.
So Dubai, Afghanistan, how long did it take?
Day. From Dubai to Afghanistan, it took about 2 hours to Bagram, to Kandahar. From Kandahar to Bagram, less than 1 hour. Every day like that.
Okay, yeah. I think it's interesting, Captain. But maybe we can stop and we can continue with another discussion, with another topic. It's interesting one. Okay? Friends, we stop first and we will continue with another discussion.
Okay, guys, we have to stop our talking like this, and we hope this is very interesting for you to increase your pengetahuan ya, knowledge about aviation. When I was flying in war zone at the time, very, very interesting. Such as when I step off from the airplane, I cannot take a picture. They know when I took a picture, they don't allow me to take a picture because nobody can take a picture at the time. That's my experience. Okay, by the way.
Wait, what is the punishment if someone is naughty and he takes the picture? He will be kept in jail?
I don't know. I'm not sure. For sure, they will take our camera maybe.
It's okay, it's no problem. But if they bring that person to the jail, it could be a more serious problem.
At that time, I saw the employees of the airport, the security check their bodies. Maybe they bring something dangerous device, maybe a knife or gun or something like that. So for sure, before they work, they have to check the body of the employers. All the body must be clean.
Captain, it's very interesting. You went to the zone area. When you arrive in one place, what comes into your mind? I mean that probably you want to try the food, you want to buy the clothes for you and your wife and your children, or how is it, Captain?
Okay, when we fly in Indonesia, we don't have to buy something special because everything almost the same. But if we fly outside, such as in Korea or in China, maybe we can buy something, even though a little bit or much different from our country.
Okay.
Yeah, something like clothes for our children, or maybe toys. At the time, my children still very, very young. Something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Captain, of course we know about jet lag.
Okay.
Yeah. So what is the effect of jet lag for you as a pilot?
Jet lag, mostly it affects me when we have already arrived. When we arrive at that country or back to our countries, the jet lag still influence,
You feel tired?
but we cannot sleep.
I see.
It depends on from east to west or from west to east, such as from Libya. When I was flying in Libya, Libya times 5 hours behind from Indonesia.
Oh.
When I arrived in Indonesia, it was let's say 10 o'clock at night. Arrive at home. Actually, the time 5 o'clock p.m. in Libya. Actually, 10 o'clock in Indonesia, already sleepy. But I couldn't sleep because the actual time was 5 p.m. 5 p.m. we cannot sleep. And then after that, I can sleep after 2 a.m.
Wow.
That's jet lag. But when I fly from Indonesia to Libya, even though 5 time different, it doesn't affect me. When I arrive in Libya, let's say it was 5 or 6 p.m. Actually, in our country, already 11 p.m. Maybe I felt a little bit sleepy, but I cannot sleep because the sunshine still bright and many people doing activities. I cannot sleep. It's good for me when from Indonesia to Libya we can sleep well, but from Libya to Indonesia, very problem.
Okay. So you fly to many countries in the world, right? Okay. For example, in Indonesia, in Jakarta, it is a dry season, very hot. Yeah. And you go to Japan, for example. Japan at the time is winter, very cold. How could you make adaptation? So this is very hot. When you arrive there, it's very cold, and you have to stay there for 1 night or 2 nights or something. How is it, Captain?
No problem for us. We can use overcoat.
Okay.
We can use jacket.
Okay.
It doesn't matter for us.
So you have already known there in Japan, on Tokyo.
Yes, of course. We know exactly 100% the situation, the weather condition, the time zone, everything we know. Such as right now in Indonesia. Okay, such as right now in March. In March, we are at the equator. The sun lies in equator right now in March. At the north, such as Libya or Europe, a little bit cooler than Indonesia. Or in the south, like in Canberra or Victoria, New Zealand, also the same temperature, lower than us. But when December, the sun lies in the south, the problem at the north, such as in Libya or Europe, very cold. It could be minus 20 until minus 30 degrees centigrade in Russia. Very problem for us.
So Jakarta 30 degrees Celsius, 32. And when you go to Russia, you will arrive in one country in which the temperature is about minus 20. But 50 degrees Celsius, the difference.
That's a problem for us, for Indonesia.
Yes, of
especially our lips will be problem. and mostly when the wind is very strong, windy, that's problem.
How do you solve the problem? When you arrive there, you drink a lot of hot tea, hot coffee, or
just wearing a coat or jacket.
winter coat.
Yeah, and don't stay outside, stay inside because protect from windy.
Oh,
The wind is very, very cold.
So,
But I like cold weather than hot weather.
why? Cold is okay, but minus 30, minus 20
That's
could
problem.
be.
That's problem.
It's not something that you can like, but we still like it. You still enjoy it. Minus 20, minus 30 degrees Celsius.
Yeah,
Wow. Okay, very.
because
Alright.
we don't have in Indonesia.
Okay. You have a special training maybe when you were joining the school? Okay.
No, there is no special training for that.
So only just by making adaptation yourself or something. Very interesting, right? Viewers. Pak Hanafi is very nice, right?
Okay.
But I think maybe we can meet again next time. But this is very an honor for me to get to meet Pak Hanafi and then talking about the aviation maybe next time.
Thank you
How
for
can
your
go with you.
attendance.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, everything we have already talked, and it was very nice question from him, from Mr. Fahmi. We hope next time we can join together and we have much more discussion.
Yes, of course.
With other questions.
Okay. Thank you, friend. Also, I'm going to say thank you to Pak Hanafi. He has already invited me, and I hope we can meet again next time. Thank you, Pak Hanafi.
Okay, thank you. Auf Wiedersehen.
Goodbye.
Bye bye.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me,